Worst case scenario, he wants to fight you, be prepared to fight the guy. Honestly, I mean,
usually they back down after
Yeah.
that. Once you confront them, they'll back down.
because that's the worst thing that can happen is that you act in fear of someone, regardless of who they are, and you give them the power to want to push you around. Well, I think we're doing well. How are we doing, Ashley?
I'm cool, but like I said earlier, I'm on the whiskey.
I wouldn't make fun of you for being socially awkward. I have food on the back of my pants. Where the hell did that come from?
Flatiron.
Money. Chris Montan.
Chris Ween.
Chris Ween.
Del Taco.
Arby's.
Hot.
Arby's. Kiss
why?
Revenge.
Michael Jackson Thriller.
Stop trying to be Michael Jackson.
I don't know. Country music.
They wouldn't guess country. I hit your face. I don't know what hockey. Do you know what honestly scares me? What I have a huge fear of is old black and white footage of the Wizard of Oz. The last dream I had was the most fucked up dream I've ever had. I dreamt that you and I and John broke into someone's house and stole a bunch of stuff, and then the mob came after us, and there was a dog riding and a unicycle in the sky, and then I woke up.
To write an Andley story, but have writer's block. Can you give me some inspiration?
Don't
No,
write.
don't even start.
You have the
Yeah.
best thing when it comes
Yeah.
to that, to not write it.
Yeah, writer's block's the best thing for that.
Yeah,
Sort of
it's a good.
situation.
We try to enhance people's writer's block with that situation. I cannot smoke weed physically. I am allergic, I suppose, and I've known this my whole life. The first time I ever tried to smoke weed when I was younger, I immediately vomited. So I literally cannot, and it's not a moral issue. I just cannot. So it was Halloween a couple years ago, and I was dressed up in this. I got an Adam West Batman costume, so it's like skin tight Adam West suit. And my girl was dressed as Catwoman. We did the whole 60s Batman thing, and we were at a buddy's house. We were, going out and drinking and partying all night and whatever. And we went to his house, and everybody was smoking weed. And I thought, man, it's Halloween. That probably is just shit I'm making up in my head. I can probably smoke. I'll do it. It's gonna be totally fine. Now, bear in mind again, skin tight Batman suit. I've misplaced the mask now, so I'm just weirdo mohawk guy. I had a full long mohawk at the time with a skin tight bat suit with no shoes on, so it's just little feet, and so of course I walk over and I smoke weed, and I'm like, oh, that was all right. I don't really care for it, but at least I know I can do it now. We walk downstairs, and he lives in the downtown Los Angeles area, so we walk downstairs, and I get about midway through crossing the street. And immediately in the middle of the street, the world ends for me. Just everything goes boo, and I'm in the middle of on 7th Street, just in the middle of downtown, and cars are whizzing by, and I can't move. And then I just start projectile vomiting horribly, all over myself, all over the ground. And then they drag me into a nearby. By the way, I'm not drunk or anything. I'm just completely can't stop puking. The worst sick of all time. And so they drag me into a nearby restaurant where they are trying to get me, and I'm vomiting and don't have any body, I'm completely weak, so now I'm just a ragdoll Batman with a cape wrapped around my neck, and they hit my head, I hit the mic again, they hit my head up against the bar, and so then I almost get knocked out on the way up, so now I'm being knocked out, drug upstairs, and puking on myself in a Batman costume, and so then I puked for a while longer, and then they finally took me out, and then I couldn't stop puking long enough to get into a taxi, so we couldn't get back because every time they tried to put me in a taxi, I kept puking. I don't even know what I was puking or what was in there. So the long story short is, don't smoke weed. Just don't do it. Even if you enjoy it, don't do it because you might wind up puking all over your goddamn Batman costume. Happy Halloween, kids. It's important to know we didn't blow any up.
Well,
really. That would be kind of gross.
You said you like dirty. I'll get dirty all day long.
Wow, damn, all right. This has gone in a direction I didn't anticipate. But I don't really have a time in my life to be wearing American football pants to the grocery store or something. So I have to have somewhere in my home or outside of my home to put all the things. I have every outfit from the Rebel Love Song video to everything that's of any major importance in the band's history because I want to keep that stuff so one day I can show my kids how their dad used to be a cross-dresser. The weirdest thing I've got in there. I think without context, a lot of the kind of S&M, studded braces and kind of latex pants and stuff. Again, I've said this many times. And it's a quote that I hope goes on my gravestone one day. What is rock and roll on stage is without question a male prostitute everywhere else. And so that's, it's, you know, you need context for a lot of these things. We discovered that when the first time we toured in Europe, we were out walking around the town and we're like, oh, we're the rock and roll guys. And then we were having like businessmen pull up their cars next to us. We're like, oh no, we're just rock guys. Like that's not.
Now, how do you kind of go about preparing for a show like this?
Well, we kill one kid. We go and get like just like a whole bunch of garlic mashed potatoes, and we stuff that kid just packed to capacity full of garlic mash. I sing a song to the dead kid with the garlic potatoes. What the fuck? Cece starts a fire in the room, and then we go out, and you know, you could say maybe that's overkill, maybe we're doing too much, but we like to give a good show to the fans, and so.
I like mashed potatoes.
You know, if you're really willing to go out there and to give it 110%, you should be willing to kill a kid, stuff him with mashed potatoes, light him on fire, and then go play a show.
So what I'd like you to do is read a couple of paragraphs from 50 Shades of Grey.
All right.
This won't help the gay rumors.
I pull him deeper into my... Oh, God damn it, I'm not doing this one. Fuck off. I'm skipping that one.
Okay,
Spanking pig.
No, do this one.
By the way, if your name's Anna, you got that now, so...
CC, do third one.
Oh, man.
This is in the book, I'm not kidding. Third one.
Oral sex, page 137.
Considerable length. Oh no, will it? How?
This is what the fuck they've been reading? Jesus Christ!
Keep going, man.
Dirty Talk, page 114.
If you were an STD, what would you be?
I'd be herpes, because I'm back.
Solid or running?
Wait, what was that?
Solid or running?
You're a sick, twisted fuck.
I hate myself.
Just in general.
Nothing in the UK is more than 2 hours away from each other. So I love it. About people will come to us and they'll be like, I drove 2 hours to get here. Like, I drive 2 hours in traffic to get to the grocery store in Los Angeles.
What's your girliest feature, Ronnie?
My legs, I think. I got girly legs.
Very girly legs. You need to start working on those on the...
My girliest feature is my dick.
One take! Two takes! I get it. One for fun!
There's so many. You know, I think that the most interesting things are always the ones that are the most far-fetched, because those are the ones that sort of suck people in. You know, I mean, there's obvious ones that everybody's heard, you know, that date back, like obviously the JFK things and everything else, but things that interest me are, I'm very interested in like aliens and more so the idea of like the biblical significance of aliens and a lot of those kind of things. So, I mean, that's something I'm interested in, but who knows? Who knows what's true? All right, so that wasn't a breathing contest then. It was a holding. I misunderstood what it was supposed to be, because I have a hard time believing. I mean, it seems so obvious that with all the, I mean, we live in such a small percentage of this whole galaxy that there wouldn't be some other form of life, you know. It's like, it seems pretty obvious to me that there is. Now, are they aliens in the way that we think of as aliens, you know, like little dudes who kind of look like us but are slightly different? I think that's impossible. I think that aliens or a different life force would be something that would be so much different from what we're used to that we wouldn't even be able to conceive of it. So maybe, or maybe they look exactly like me, and then we'll hang out, me and the aliens. The scariest truth I've ever seen or heard, that people kill for religion. It's a scary thing. To me, I think that the idea of religion innately is about hope and love, and that it always seems to get twisted the wrong way. And it's scary to me that, you know, I mean, it's a base level thing in humanity. People always want to take something that's theirs and fight for it. So when you put something like religion in there, which is essentially, like I said, a message of always, you know, loving one another and having hope, and it can be misconstrued that way. It's a scary notion, but it is true. No, I love to eat animals, but not. I only love to eat animals because I hate plants so much. That's because they taste terrible. It's not because I hate animals. They taste so much better than. I don't know. I mean, I mean, people could argue it with me here, but the idea of eating like bacon as opposed to eating someone's lawn, it's like it doesn't seem to stack up at all for me. and by the same token, and the complaint I always have with a lot of like the super like crazy like elitist vegetarians is the idea that, all right, wild cows couldn't happen. Like, you couldn't see what we currently... It's a sad situation, but what we have, especially in American society, is animals that are bred to be killed. And does that mean that they should be killed in an inhumane way? No. But I think that as long as slaughterhouses can be practiced in a humane way, where animals are allowed to, you know, graze and live their life to a point, and then they're slaughtered in a humane way where we eat. And you know, I mean, I think that that's sort of the natural balance of the world. But I mean, I'm sure someone will throw pain at me or tell me that I'm, you know, an asshole for that. But whatever, I'll keep eating bacon.